Hi, good morning to everyone. We are already conducting these online classes to you people. I hope you are all following these classes very regularly. I feel these classes are very much useful to you for betterment. And yesterday we have discussed about the functions of the blood, functions of the transport system, as well as red blood cells. And today we are going to discuss about the another type of blood vessels, that is white blood cells as well as platelets, and some other information about the circulatory system we are going to discuss today. Okay, let us see white blood cells. White blood cells, the name is indicating that white blood cells. White blood cells means the blood cells which are not having the red color pigment, that is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is not present in the white blood cells. That's why they are not red in color. Okay, and these white blood cells are also called as leukocytes. Here the leuko means white. So cytes means cells. So white cells, or as they are present in the blood, white blood cells. Actually, white blood cells we can also say as a white cells. Why? Because the most of their time, that means 90% of their time is they are present in the lymph, and only the 10% of their time they are present in the blood. So most of their time they are present in the lymph, but very less time they are present in the blood. So that the white blood cells are also said to be as white cells. Also said to be as white cells. Okay, and these white blood cells, based on their structure and their shape, these are all white blood cells have been classified into two types, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes, the cells, the white blood cells which are having the granule-like structure, that means the blisters are present in the cytoplasm of the white blood cells. The blisters are present in the cytoplasm of the white blood cells. So those are like a granules. That's why they are called as granulocytes. And whereas the granulocytes means these are the white blood cells where the blisters are not present in the cytoplasm. And also the shape of the nucleus is entirely different from the granulocytes to agranulocytes. Okay, and based on their presence of the nucleus, these granulocytes have been classified into three categories: basophils, eosinophils or eosinophils, and neutrophils. Basophils, nearly 70% of, neutrophils, nearly 70% of blood consisting of the neutrophils. These are the largest cells, white blood cells. And their cytoplasm, when you see the cytoplasm of this granulocytes, cytoplasm is having the blister-like structure like this, and the nucleus is having the lobules. Two lobules are presented in the nucleus, and these are neutral for the all the activities, and mostly these are phagocytes or phagocytosis. They will be maintained human body. Phagocytosis means engulfing the bacteria. Engulfing the bacteria. Phagocytosis. Whenever a bacteria is entered in our body, immediately the neutrophils will be identify that area, and those will be come out, squeeze out from the walls of the capillaries or through the walls of the capillaries. The squeezing of the walls of the capillaries is called as diaperesis. The process of squeezing out from the walls of the capillaries is called as diaperesis, and engulfing the microorganism or engulfing the bacteria which is harmful to our body and finally killing the bacteria. This procedure is called as phagocytosis. Okay, so the neutrophils are the phagocytotic in nature, and they will be possessing a procedure called as diaperesis. It is a squeezing from the walls of the capillaries, that is the diaperesis. Okay, and phagocytosis in nature, and so that these are very much important for the human body. Okay, and next one, basophils. These are very much active for the basic condition of the body, and these will be activated because of the basic conditions, or what we say that as against to the acids. Okay, and these are presented very little amount, nearly 0.4% of basophils are presented in the blood, and 2.3% of eosinophils or acidophils will be presented there. These are also very much important, and these are very much activated because of the acidic conditions of the body. Okay, when come to the next one is agranulocytes. Agranulocytes, these are the cells. When you see the cytoplasm of the cells, these granules are not present at all. Granules are not present, and large size of nucleus will be presented there. Large size of nucleus will be presented. Large size of nucleus will be presented there, and these granulocytes are of two types, that is lymphocytes and the monocytes. Monocytes are the large cells, large type of cells in the white blood cells, among the white blood cells. Okay, monocytes and lymphocytes are work together, and here the lymphocytes always present in the lymph of the body, or it is present in the lymphatic system of the body. Along with these lymphocytes, monocytes also will be presented, and here these two work together. Wherever the disease causing germ or antigen is presented in our body, immediately the white blood cells, that means the lymphocytes, will produce the antibodies against the antigen, the toxic material. These will produce the antitoxins or antibodies, and these antibodies will fight with the antigens and finally kills the antigens. And then after the killing of this antigen, the dead material of these antigens will be come out or removed by the monocytes in the form of pale yellow colored liquid called as pus. Okay, so these two, that's why the lymphocytes are also called as policemen of the body or soldiers of our body, and monocytes are called as scavengers of our body. Okay, white blood cells are very important, and their function is mainly the defensive mechanism, improving the immune system of the body. Immunity of the body is improved only because of the white blood cells, and these white blood cells are also produced by only bone marrow, liver, sometimes liver, even the spleen, and also lymphatic glands called as the tonsils. In that also these white blood cells will be produced, and the lifespan of the white blood cells is hardly 2 weeks, and these are very much less number in the body when compared to the red blood cells. These are nearly 4,000 to 5,000 white blood cells will be projected in a 1 cubic millimeter of the blood. Very less number will be there. Sometimes because of the some reasons, the white blood cells count will be increased enormously, so that the condition is called as leukemia. The enormous increasing of the white blood cells, because of the some regions in the body, though that condition is called as leukemia, or simply we can say as cancer. It's a very dangerous disease, and nowadays the medicine for the cancer is only the blood transfusion. The infected blood is removed from the patient, and very good blood will be transfused into the body of the patient. So only that is the remedy to get rid of the cancer, that is leukemia. It's also called as blood cancer. It is because of the what? Because of enormous increasing of the white blood cells in the body. That is called leukemia or cancer. In some cases, the white blood count will be very much lesser. It is also linked to the kind of condition is called as leukopenia. The condition where the white blood cells count will be reduced. Count will be very much a low count. Then it is called leukopenia. Okay, and let us learn about the functions of the white blood cells. Let me discuss about the functions of the white blood cells. As I told you already, once again I repeat. There are three functions mainly done by the white blood cells. That is, first one is phagocytosis. Second one is inflammation. Antibodies. Functions of white blood cells. Functions of white blood cells is phagocytosis, inflammation, and production of antibodies. Okay, let us see what is the meaning of the phagocytosis. As I told you already that engulfing the foreign material. Foreign material means not from the America or Japan. Foreign material means the material which is not suitable to our body. The material which is not suitable to our body, that is called as foreign material. Very important thing is foreign material means it is a disease causing germ, bacteria, virus or fungi. Whatever the disease causing germ is entering into our body, it creates some disturbance in the metabolic activities of the body, and immediately the white blood cells, that is the lymphocytes or the neutrophils, immediately they identify the place where this type of disturbance is there in the body. Immediately they go to that place and they identify that, and they will be squeezing out from the walls of the capillaries. As I told you that one, diaphyseis, squeezing out of the walls of the capillaries of these neutrophils. That is called as diaphyseis. After the squeezing out, they will be engulfing the disease causing germ like this. Suppose this is the disease causing germ and this is the white blood cell. Okay, and they amoeboid movement. That means they can produce the pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means a false foot, a muscular foot. The false foot, not muscular foot, a false foot will be engulfing, extending this area and on the both the sides and attach it. And this is the way, this is called as phagocytosis. Engulfing the disease causing germ, and finally killing it or digesting it. This is called as phagocytosis. The neutrophils will be doing this activity, that is phagocytosis, identification of the foreign material and squeezing out of the walls of the capillaries, that is diapedesis, and engulfing and finally digesting the waste material or that anti-toxic material, and then save the person from the diseases. This is called as a phagocytosis, and this is done by white blood cells. And next one is inflammation. Wherever we get a wound or a cut, immediately that area will be swollen. The area will be swollen, paining will be there. The paining, the swelling of the area and bleeding of that area, these are all the characteristics of the inflammation. The wound will be showing some symptoms, that is swelling, bleeding and pain. This is also because of the antigens that are produced by the disease causing germs, and disease inflammation also will be cured by white blood cells. And next one is the antibodies. Antibodies are produced by the lymphocytes of the white blood cells. Whenever the antigen is entered into the body, that is the toxic material is formed in our body, immediately antitoxins will be produced by the lymphocytes and kill the antigens. This is called production of the antibodies, and they will be working on the antigens or anti-toxic materials and save and also improve the immunity of the human body. This is the work or the functions of the white blood cells. And now let us discuss about the blood platelets. The third type of blood cells, blood platelets. Blood platelets. These are also called as thrombocytes. Because a pigment is presented there, that is called as thrombin. Because of this thrombin, these are called as thrombocytes. These are nearly 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs of platelets are presented in the 1 cubic millimeter of the blood, and these can live for only 3 to 5 days. And these are major function of this blood platelets is clotting of blood. Clotting of blood is the major function of the blood platelets. Okay, so what is the clotting of blood? Suppose if you and your friends are playing, and somewhere you have pushed by your friends, and you have got the wound here, and you might be seeing that one blood is oozing out from the wound, and automatically you will be washing that and applying some ointment on that, and the next day, after few minutes later, it will be stopped. Why? This is only because of the blood platelets. They encourage or they initiate the clotting of blood. Clotting of blood means stoppage of the blood from oozing out, and this is done by the platelets. And for this, they have some kind of methods to follow that. This clotting of blood is also called as coagulation of blood. Clotting of blood is called as coagulation of blood. In this, first of all, whenever the wound is occur, immediately the blood platelets release the thrombokinase, that is thromboplastin and enzyme, and which will improve, which will activate the fibrinogen into fibrin, and fibrin forms the thread-like projections, thread-like structure. Fibrin thread-like will be formed that, and they will occupy the, they will form the network of nature or network structure on the site of the wound, and this network will absorb all the blood cells and stops the bleeding of the blood, and this is called as clotting of blood or coagulation of blood. Coagulation of blood is very important. That means clotting of blood is very important, because if the clotting of blood, once imagine that if the clotting of blood is not occur, within a few minutes the person may lose the total body, and it is lose the blood from the total body, and he may die also. So usually a normal adult person is having the 5 liters to 6 liters of blood, and within minutes, if the clotting of blood is not there, not occur, within minutes the total blood will be removed from the body and the person may die. So that's why clotting of blood is very, very important. For this clotting of blood, vitamin K also very important. It will improves or activates the thromboplastin, activate the thromboplastin. Vitamin K, thromboplastin, fibrinogen, these are the materials that are very much important for the clotting of blood. And here is one question for you, that though the platelets are present in the blood also, the blood is not clotting in the blood vessels. Why? The question once again, though there is a platelets in the blood is not clotting in the blood vessels. Why? What is the reason? The blood is flowing continuously in the blood vessels, it is not clotting. What is the reason for that? This is the question you have to answer me. Send the answers personally, not in the group. Okay? Okay? And next, we will move to the learning of blood vessels. Okay? Blood vessels.